Hey, folks, welcome back to the Mike Lopez Show. I'm your host, ACMike. Got a couple friends here that use their hands for good calls. Listen, we got a couple great fighters. Great show coming March 26th. We're going to talk about it a little bit. So we got Tommy Cornflake Lamanna, the president and owner of Rising Star Promotions, and my man, Mr. Outlaw. Mr. Outlaw, introduce yourself, and Mr. Tommy, please.
Go ahead, champ. All after you.
My name is Greg Sharpshooter Outlaw Jr. 901 4 KOs, representing Bowie State University out of Maryland, and going to put on the show come March.
Mm-hmm. And Thomas, tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into this interview, my man.
I mean, listen, I'm not nobody new to Atlantic City. You know what I mean? It's great to be back in Atlantic City promoting. Rising Star hasn't done any event since 2017. And yeah, man, just coming out with a bang. You know what I mean? At the Boardwalk Hall, come March 26th is going to be, it's going to be fire.
So that there you go, folks. We're going to talk about, dig into this thing a little bit. Thomas, Cornflake Lamanna, again, like he says, great fighter, world ranked fighter. By the way, we're going to talk a little bit about this March 26th deal we got going on at Boardwalk Hall. For you old timers out there. And yes, it was the convention center back in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, maybe in the early 2000s, switched it over. And it's a beautiful arena, mid-sized arena, top 5 in the country. And man, Tommy and the crew is bringing the game back to Atlantic City, which was the Mecca in the 80s, 90s, 20s, and the early 2000s. Tommy, to you first, my man. Tell us a little bit about Saturday, March 26th at 7 p.m., my brother.
Yeah, and listen, man, obviously, it's a stack card with local talent, world-renowned talent. Obviously, last week we had a fallout in the original main event with Manny Rodriguez breaking his right thumb, so he had to sit out, and it was only right to put honestly, and I swear on on everything. Is not saying it because he's here. The showstopper of the night was Outlaw in Montreal. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. You know what I mean? You got this kid, Greg, who early on, a couple fights ago, right, suffered a first loss. I know he brings out all the people. He fought in the same room before a couple years back when he was with Holyfield. Brought a crazy crew down. I really commend him for, and I told him and his team that, I really commend him for taking a type of fight like this. He's fighting an undefeated fighter, Jonathan Montreal from New Orleans, who, I've been associated with on a couple occasions on some cards we did in Mexico during the pandemic. He, good fighter, tough fighter, comes from a good team, good management team, good support team. And, I really commend Greg for taking this fight. And he really didn't think twice about it. You know what I mean? It was actually a pretty simple fight to make. And, I think with it now being elevated to the main event, that just means it was just meant to be, right? This is a main event, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just happy for it. I'm happy for the card underneath. Obviously, we got former Egyptian Olympian Omar Salim taking on Chris Brooker in the co-main. And then we just got the whole undercard filled with local talent and good talent just from the New York area, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. It's all just, just stacked. So it's going to be a really great night, topped by a really intriguing, interesting, it's like a mind-boggling, interesting main event, for real. Yeah.
And that says a lot to you. Again, for you, Greg, a sharpshooter Outlaw Jr., the kudos that Cornflake just gave you. I mean, a guy who's been in the ring many a times and also behind the scenes putting these cards on. First of all, we're going to ask real quick, Mr. Outlaw, sharpshooter, where'd it come from? I mean, I got to kind of feel where it came from with those hands. Talk to us a little bit about that. And you did touch briefly on your career and then also being a main event. Let us know about that. 2-part question there, my man.
So sharpshooter I've been shopping on everything in life, whether it's been my schoolwork, whether it's been sports. I'm always been in any type of sports and cards. I'm a heck of a card player. So I think the name first came when I was in high school. I think they used to call me Money Man because I used to sell donuts, and then it was sharpshooter. So at first I wanted to be Money Man, but then you got Floyd, and he already got that name kind of trademark stamped or whatever. So I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and be sharpshooter. That's who I am, and then it's been there ever since. And it's who I am. I'm sharp with the hands. I'm sharp with everything I do in life. And then as far as being the main event, stuff like that, I've been here before. This ain't my first rodeo. I think I was built for the spotlight. Like Cornflake said, I'm gonna bring the people out for sure. No matter if you're fighting here, New Jersey, Alaska, my support system is huge. They gonna be there. So I'm looking forward to March 26th, and I'm gonna put on the show.
And that's what we're looking for. Listen, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Boardwalk Hall, but it's one of those arenas from Arturo Gotti to I could go on and on with the different fighters, Michael Spinks, Mike Tyson. You're walking into one of those places that's it's iconic.
Historic. Yeah.
That's
historic.
right. Historic,
Yeah.
iconic. And this is where I want to touch on the both of you. First, Tommy, and then back to you, Outlaw. Tommy, to get in there, man. Talk to me. And we talked a little bit briefly before this interview a few weeks ago, but this is the spot you wanted and you got it. So tell us about that little walk with the sports commission and whatnot.
No, listen, it was very simple. Like, I'm one of them guys, like, if I want it, I'm gonna go get it. Inside the ring, outside the ring, I'm gonna go get it regardless, right? So I wanted to come back with a bang. Like, Atlantic City was choking. It still is choking for like some real heat, some real action, right? And so I firmly believe that since December 5th, 2015, when we did our first show at the Claridge, that we've kept Atlantic City boxing as a, something relevant, right? And doing multiple, we're talking damn near, I know we're more north of 20 events now in a 7-year span. And that includes 2 years with COVID, year and a half of COVID, right? So I just want to come back with a bang. And, my partner, Mike Russell, is obviously a well-known guy in Atlantic City, through his company and all the things he does in the city and all that good stuff. And it was a pretty simple call. I mean, honestly, with Christina Mancuso at the Sports Commission and Jim McDonald at Boardwalk Hall, it was like easy 1, 2, 3, like literally 1, 2, 3. And we made it happen. They believed in the vision that I pitched to them. I believe in myself and my company's ability. We put together a bomb card to come out in, and we're here to stay. God willing, we're here to stay on a quarterly, possibly a quarterly basis at the Boardwalk Hall, not including what we do at the other establishments like, Showboat. We've been approached by resorts, stuff like that. So, just never know. You just never know.
So Tommy Cornflake, again, you get it. Matter of fact, today, as we taped this interview, I was just at Boardwalk Hall this afternoon and talking to Jim McDonald and the others and our friend, it's dropping my mind. And they said to say hello. I said we were going to be interviewing Dan Gallagher, that say hello to you. Outlaw, listen, last bit to you, my man. Talk to us. Tell us where to find you and whatnot. It's all yours.
I thought y'all was saying, you said it, my man.
Yeah.
I apologize. Again, March 26th, come out, support me. Much respect to the first main event. I hope his hand is okay, and I hope his career, but with all due respect, the people gonna come to see me. So I'm gonna bring the people out. I'm gonna bring the fight. I'm selling it. It's gonna be sold out. My section gonna be jumping. You can find me at Sharpshooter Outlaw on all social medias, at Sharpshooter Outlaw on all social medias. You can go to my journey. I'm pretty open guy. Like, I'm not one of them snobbish guys. I answer people DMs. I answer questions. I'm always remain humble. I think that's why I got so much support now. I am who I am. Nothing will never change me. No person, no money, nothing. So again, I'm looking forward to March 26th. I'm gonna show my skill set. And I'm gonna come out with a dominating performance.
Love it. So, folks, we've been talking to Greg Sharpshooter Outlaw Jr. Going to have a big event coming out here in Atlantic City, March 26th, 7 p.m. at Boardwalk Hall. Listen, man, we'll be seeing you. We'll be catching up. Going to get you on the radio before that with Tommy. Folks, stay right where you're at. We'll be right back.